Hey guys, I had someone ask me how I do the handles for the knives, and figured might as well show you. Now for some of this, I've recently bought myself a little bench belt sander and disc sander, so it does make it easier for me. But you don't need this stuff to do it, okay? Trust me on that. Because I've made a fair bit of stuff out of timber, tables, chest of drawers, yeah, you name it. And most of it I've done with basic tools, okay? So yeah, you should. So yeah, like even though in this I'm using a belt sander, you don't need it, okay? It just makes it easier for me. But basically I'll show you what I'm doing here. One's going to be a simple handle, and the other one's going to be a bit more complex, but it's going to be sweet. Okay, now this one in frame. Yep. So this is the knife I made recently. It's got the firework on the back. It's going to get walnut scales and toxic green liners. Now I haven't got the liners yet, and haven't actually paid for the liners yet, so they're not even posted because PayPal's screwing up on me. But either way, I've got the walnut scales for that. Both here. 1, 2. Really, it's pretty simple. You get whatever wood you're working with. I had to shape these myself because I've got a length of walnut which I used on a chest of drawers that I made a while back. But yeah, and you just shape them, sand them down, smooth them up, make sure both sides are flat, and you choose your face side, so which side you think the grain looks better on, and you want that side to be out. And really then all I've done from there is on one piece, like I've chosen my face side, that's going to be my face, that's going to be inside, and I've just traced around it with a Sharpie. So looks something like that, and then later on all I'll do is drill the holes through there, and I'll do that to both of them. And then I'll glue them on with the liners, and then I'll shape it. Oh, well, before I do that, I'll shape the front part. So when the knife goes on, I'll shape this part of the scale before I put it onto the knife, because you can't shape it once it's on the knife. So yeah, I'll round it off, and you get what I'm saying. And you'll see further on once I get the scales for this, the liners I mean, you'll see further on what I'm talking about. Now, what I'm planning on doing, which is a little bit more complex, is I'm going to try and blend 2 different types of wood. On the other Bushman Mark 1, I made two knives almost identical, like handle-wise, only it has 3 pins. The one I finished only had 2 pins. So what I'm going to do with this is, there's part of my scale. You'll notice that I'm missing some here. I'm going to blend in some other wood. I'm going to try and get 2 scales out of this, which is some wood I cut off of trying to make a boomerang, which unfortunately decided to go and do its own thing and split on me. Part of it did. Stay up, don't fall. Yeah, part of it split. Still got another part somewhere, which I might be able to still make a boomerang out of, but we'll see how that goes. Okay, but yeah, I'm going to try to salvage some out of here and get a blend of the 2, and you'll see how I do that later on. and I'll assemble and glue them together before I put it on the knife, so I'll make them one scale before it goes on the knife. What I'm thinking of doing is cutting out, if I get Sharpie, what I reckon I'll do is kind of something like this. This is just rough drawing, okay, so not two sides or anything like that yet, because I haven't finished doing what I'm planning on. Is with that black bit, I'll cut that out, but it'll more be a full cut, so around there, and I'll wedge the other one into it, and I might try and get some toothpicks or something, drill a few holes in, line them up and pin the two together when I glue them, so kind of like a miniature form of dowel. I don't think you have to do that, but I think it'll just make it stronger. Otherwise, I might do cut out some little box joint shapes underneath it. Okay, so it'll be like a box joint on this half of the wood. So out here, I'll chisel in my box joints on this side, but on this side it won't be, so you won't even see it. You get what I'm saying? No. Maybe I'll draw that too. If I do it something like that, if I cut something out of it like that, in those black boxes there, cut them out, and then have an opposite matching piece like a jigsaw puzzle to slide in. That'll lock it in place and you won't see it on the knife unless you actually remove the scales. So I'm going to get through and start fixing all these up, and just plan, prepare. Just want to get the materials to finish it. Okay, so catch us all later, and stay tuned for the next part. It'll be coming after this.